Hello, good morning, everybody. Are you getting my voice?
Good morning, sir.
Oh, my voice is clear, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Fine, 1 second. Okay, guys. In last session, just we discussed what is Angular. Okay, so now we are going to discuss the next level of this. So here, first of all, Angular. What is Angular? It is nothing but framework to implement the browser coding. So in web applications, so two types of scripting we are using. One is client side script, another one is server side script. So client side programming in old days we use it to work with JavaScript, later Angular JS, and now we are using Angular. Server side script, which is a client side script, is executed in which location? In browser, client's browser. Server side script is executing in server machine. So server side scripts, different types of server side scripts are there. PHP. Next one, second. Are you getting my voice?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. So PHP and next one JSP, ASP, like the different types of server side scripts we are using. Our concentration is on client side coding. In that client side coding, so just I told you JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript is one client side script executes in the browser. So later they released AngularJS, that framework to work with the logics of JavaScript. And currently we are using Angular to work with the client side coding. So here we should get complete clarity. What is the difference between AngularJS and Angular? Those things we are going to discuss now. So before that, what are the benefits we have between JavaScript and AngularJS? Those things we are going to discuss now. Now here first a little bit clarity I am giving you on this AngularJS. Then you can easily understand Angular concepts. Is it clear? Now if you take AngularJS, yeah. So initially in 2010, so Misko, Avery, and Adam Abrams. Okay, Misko, Avery, and Adam Abrams, they implemented this AngularJS version 1.0. So here, this AngularJS, they created number of packages. Okay, bundles of packages they provided with functionalities. So those functionalities they implemented by using JavaScript. Understanding, by using JavaScript only they created these packages, and these packages are very simple to work with the browser coding. So two persons implemented this AngularJS initially, Misko Avery and Adam Abrams, and here these are the persons who worked with on corporation, Google Corporation. Now it is maintaining by Google Corporation. Okay, now here, so this is Misko Avery and Adam Abrams. These two persons lead this version 1.0. After 9 months of development, Adam Abrams left from this implementation, and Misko Avery continue with this, and they release the subsequent versions like 2.0, 3.0, etc. So here from 2.0 onwards, complete scenario is changed. Okay, so from 2.0 onwards, we are calling it as Angular. So now here we should know what the reason why they used this 2.0, actual 2.0 packages they developed by using TypeScript. So 1.0 packages they developed by using JavaScript, and from 2.0 onwards they developed the packages by using TypeScript. Now we should get the clarity what are the differences between JavaScript and TypeScript. Before that, we have to get one idea what are the benefits we have between JavaScript and AngularJS. What are the advantages we have between this JavaScript and AngularJS? So first we have to discuss about this. Fine. Now here, see, first we are going to discuss the advantages of AngularJS over JavaScript. So first point, if you take here, AngularJS supports one architecture, model view controller architecture. But if you are using JavaScript, it is not possible to develop the logics with this MVC architecture. But if you take AngularJS, AngularJS supports model view controller architecture. So here nowadays, complete industry is moving with this model view controller architecture. So first of all, what the main advantage of architecture? So architectures we are using to implement the reusable logics. Okay, architectures we are using to work with to develop the reusable logics. Actually, in old days, we used to work with different types of architectures. Those are three-tier architecture, n-tier architecture. Now, currently, we are using this MVC architecture and MVM architecture is there. Like that, these are all architectures we are following here. Now, AngularJS supports this MVC architecture, but JavaScript, if you take, it is not supporting this architecture. So main use of architecture is reusable. Reusable logics we can implement. That is the main advantage of architecture. So second advantage, if you take, compare with JavaScript, what is the benefit we have in this AngularJS? That second advantage, if you take here, so simple coding. Because AngularJS is coming with the bundles of packages with pre-implemented code. So here we can easily develop the logics. Compare with JavaScript. So AngularJS coding is very, very simple. So that type of flexibility is there in this AngularJS. Okay. Next one here, third point is it supports number of directives. Yeah, first of all, what is directive here? So directive is nothing but properties. We can also call it as properties here. So now here, AngularJS supports number of properties. These properties we are using with HTML tags to increase the functionality of HTML controls. This is very, very useful for us. Okay, so different types of directives are available in this AngularJS. So one is ng if, next one is ng for, like that different types of directives are available. So these directives directly we can use with HTML tags. Okay, so here we are discussing the advantages of AngularJS compared with JavaScript. Okay, once you get this idea, then we will discuss the advantages of Angular compared with AngularJS. Okay, so that's why some points related to AngularJS we are discussing here. In these points, first advantage is AngularJS supports MVC architecture, and second point, coding is very, very simple. And next point is it supports number of directives. These directives are very helpful for us to work with the HTML controls, and by default every HTML control is providing some properties. Additionally, want to add more properties, then we are taking the support of these directives. So in this point of view, I will tell you one example. I will show you one example. That example I am explaining with both technologies. One is JavaScript, another one is AngularJS. Then you will get the clarity how much difference is there between JavaScript coding and AngularJS coding. So new HTML file I am going to create now. So save this file in desktop location demo2.html. Yes, I created one file here that is demo2.html. Now, what is my requirement? I want to take one button control and I want to take one image control. So when I click on the button, then I want to hide the image control. That is my requirement. So in web page, I want to display one button as well as one image control. My requirement is when I click on this button, I want to hide the image. That code I am writing now. So this code I will show you both AngularJS and JavaScript to get some idea. So the difference between these two technologies. And one more thing here, don't try to understand code. Just see the result, that's all. So the coding, everything, those points we will discuss. okay, later. So just to get clarity about the difference, I am creating this program. Fine. So which program we created? Demo2.html. Now we can see, yeah, this is the file which I created. Now nothing is there in this file. We are going to place one button control. Just I have taken body. Inside this body input type is equal to button, value is equal to height I have given. Yes. So now here I have taken the button control now. Just in new line, image source is equal to, in my desktop I have some images like apple.jpg, mango.jpg, like that. I want to place here, yes, apple.jpg, and width is equal to 100 pixels, like that. I have taken this. So if you observe this HTML program, I have taken one button control as well as I have taken one image control. Now save this file and refresh now. You got this too. Fine. Now here my requirement is, when I click on this button, I want to hide this image. So right now these are static controls. I want to apply dynamic functionalities. Dynamic functionality, what the dynamic functionality want to apply? Hide this image when user click on this button. Yes. For that I'm going to write some code. So just here, when user click on the button control, okay. So now you want to hide the image. So for that I'm calling one function. So this script, JavaScript I'm writing first of all. So I told you once again, I'm repeating. Don't try to understand this code now. I will explain the same things in Angular. So here I'm going to show you the difference between JavaScript and AngularJS, right? Okay, fine. Now here we are providing ID, something like this. Okay, so one statement I'm writing here, document. So what the idea I have given for this image, I1 like this. So a small function I create in JavaScript, that function I'm calling when I click on the button control. So in this function I am trying to hide the image. Now here refresh this, and when I click here, image is hiding, right? So this is the old way which we use in web applications to work with these type of functionalities. Now same concept, the same concept, how to write in AngularJS. Okay, that we are going to discuss now. So then how much difference you will get between this code and AngularJS code, that is the main concept here. So now here, to work with AngularJS, one file is required. What this file here, you can see this is nothing but angular.js file. So I downloaded this file from internet, but you people no need to download this file, because we are not working with AngularJS, we are working with Angular. Is it clear? Just here one session we are discussing what are the advantages, what are the features we have in this AngularJS. So why we are discussing this concept? So what are the additional features we have in Angular? To get idea on that point of view, we are discussing the features of AngularJS. Okay, now fine. Now the same program, new file I have taken, save this. So something like test.html I'm using here. Yes. Now here I told you just we have to use one file here. What is that? Which is located in my desktop angular.js file. I am linking that file in this program here, HTML program. Okay, fine. Now here same body tag I have taken. So there one button I am using here, value is equal to height, and in new line img source is equal to mango.jpg, and width is equal to 100 pixels, and id I'm not providing id here, just close this board. One static web page I created. In this web page, one button control and one image control I have taken. Now I am loading that web page here. Okay, now this is test.html. Now you can see here in this web page we have that mango.jpg. Now what is our requirement? Same. So in this demo2.html, once refresh. So when I click on this button, we are hiding this Apple image. Like that in this program, when I click on this button, I want to hide this mango. But here demo2.html code we implemented with JavaScript, and here I am trying to use AngularJS. Now here to get the functionalities of AngularJS, I have used this angular.js file. So here I'm going to write some directives. So we are discussing which concept now? Just directives we are discussing here. So number of directives it is providing, I told you. In that point of one example I'm showing you, I'm not explaining any directives now. I will explain each and every directive in detail later. Just what is the benefit I'm going to show you. Just see this code. So something I have written like this. So this is one directive, and here I've given like this. Next one here. So some directives I used in this program. The result of this program I will show you first. Now refresh this. When I click on this, same output we're getting. But here if you observe in this program, AngularJS program, I didn't write any coding. Simply I used the directives here, nothing but properties. These properties I have given within the HTML tags. So ng show property I use it to display and hide the image control. Like that, every directive has some speciality here. Those directives we are using within the HTML tags. And come to this JavaScript program. So this is the JavaScript program we have written. The same concept if you take AngularJS. So this is the AngularJS program. Here we closed this program with the 6 lines here. And if you observe here, I have written 10 lines coding. Like that here 40% difference you can identify. Some concepts if you observe here, so 70% like that coding point of view, lots of differences are there between JavaScript and AngularJS. Now if you take comparison between AngularJS and Angular is more flexible than AngularJS. That is also I will show you next level. Okay, here just we are discussing the differences and features of AngularJS, differences between JavaScript and AngularJS with the AngularJS features we are discussing. Is it clear? Fine. Now here, so here we discuss 3 points. What are the benefits we have? One is MVC architecture. Next one, simple coding. Next one, number of directives it is supporting. And very major advantage of AngularJS is, okay, data binding. That concept we are going to discuss now. Before that, just I'm going to unmute all 1 second. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. So all of you guys, please, if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. So you got clarity in these points? Yes. Please give a response to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You have any queries in this point of view? Hmm? No. Very good. So here, yeah. So let me continue with the next features of AngularJS. Okay. Now here, so data binding concept we are going to discuss now. What is data binding? Yeah. So for example, if you take any technology like JavaScript or any Java or any other technology, we are declaring the variables. Okay. So for example, here I have taken one variable like that. Int serial number is equal to 100, like that I have taken the variable. Okay, so there are different styles are there between one technology and another technology to declare the variable. In some technologies we are declaring like that. In some technologies we are declaring like that, serial number colon number is equal 100. But we are not discussing now how to declare the variables. Those concepts we'll discuss later. So for example, serial number is one variable and value is 100. Now here this variable value I want to display on text box. Understanding that variable value I want to display on text box. Then we have to write some code. In that code, read this variable value and call from the text box. That generally we are doing here. So once again, just you can see this. So here, if you observe, one variable is there. What is that? Serial number is equal to 100. Now what is my requirement? So this is one text box control. Now my requirement is this variable value I want to display on this text box. Then what we are doing here, we are executing some code here. So we are writing some code. In this code, we are reading this variable value and displaying on the text box. Okay. In Java, different code we have, and .NET and as well as JavaScript. Every technology is providing some statements, coding statements. So then what it displays here, the result it will display like this 100. Okay. Now later I changed this value, variable value, from 100 to something like 200, like that. Then my question is that variable value, when I modify here, will it update in the text box directly or not without executing this code? Yes. So my question is, when I update this variable value here, so then without executing this code again, will it update here or not? That is my question. No, it will not update. Again, we have to execute this code. In this code, we have written read this variable and display on the text box. Means whenever you modify this variable value, then to update these modifications on the output controls, we have to execute this code every time. That is the default way in the other technologies. But when you are coming to AngularJS, AngularJS is providing, yes, data binding concept. What the benefit of data binding? We can directly bind a variable with output control. That is the benefit of data binding. So this data binding, we have two types here. So first type is one-way data binding, and second one is two-way. Is it clear? So here two types of data bindings are there. First one is one-way data binding, and next one is two-way data binding. Now what is one-way and what is two-way, we'll discuss now. Now here, if you observe this one, this is our variable serial number is equal 1 2 3 something I have given, and this is the text box control. Now if you use one-way data binding, then what will happen now? So that variable modifications will update on this text box control. For example, here by default initial value is 1 2 3. Later you modify this as something like 100, then automatically it will update here. That time no need to execute any code, directly you can bind this variable with this text box. So in this one-way data binding point of view, variable modifications will affect on the text box control. But if you modify the text box here, variable will not update. Understanding? So here variable modifications, what are the modifications you're doing on the variable, those will affect on the output control. But if you modify the output control, then that variable will not update. That is one-way data binding. What the next one? Two-way data binding. In this point of view, vice versa. So now here what is happening, variable modifications will affect an output control, and if you modify this output control, then variable also update with these modifications. Like that here, according to the requirement, we have to use one-way data binding or two-way data binding. It is very helpful for us to work with the CRUD operations with the data grid and database. So it will reduces lots of coding at the time of displaying the data and at the time of updating the data. Is it clear? This is very advantage for us in this AngularJS compared with JavaScript. So this is data binding concept. What is the meaning of data binding? We can bind a variable. Data means nothing but variable. We can bind a variable with output control. Okay. So once you bind this variable with output control, then what will happen? So variable updates automatically will affect on output control. So this data binding we have in two ways. First one is one-way data binding, next one is two-way data binding. One-way data binding means, so here in this point of view, a variable modifications will affect on output control, but if you modify output control, then variable will not receive those modifications. If you take two-way data binding, variable modifications will affect on output control and output modifications will affect on variable. Like that we have these one-way and two-way data bindings. Yes, here one person asking one question. So can we achieve this data binding by using JavaScript? No. So in this point of view, for every control we have to write manual logics. Is it clear? If you want to work with the data binding in JavaScript, so directly is not available. So we have to write the manual logics. Then only it is possible. It is very big coding. Is it clear? So yeah, I told you this is complex. Okay. So it is very flexible in this AngularJS. Is it clear? So it is very complex in JavaScript. If you want, I will show you one example also. I will give you one clarity in this point of view. So the same concept which we discussed the previous directives, here also I will do both with JavaScript and AngularJS. Then you will get more clarity. Okay. So now here, yeah, this is demo2.html. Yes, in this demo2.html, what I am doing now, just I have taken one variable, serial number is equal to 100. In JavaScript, variable should start with var, but it is not compulsory. Yes. So now here, one text box control I am taking. Put type is equal to text ID is equal. Don't try to understand code, just see the result. Okay, so this data binding simple example I'm showing you between JavaScript as well as AngularJS. Okay, now here one heading tag I have taken, but I'm not displaying anything on the heading tag. Now save this. So what is this program? Demo2.html. Now here when I refresh, one text box is there and one heading tag is there, right? Now my requirement is what? This serial number I want to display on the text box as well as heading tag. For that I'm creating one function here. So in this function, just we're writing some statements I'm writing, but you need not have idea on these statements because all these things we are doing with Angular. I will explain how to work with Angular, the same concepts, logics, everything. Now here, just yeah, I have written some code. Okay, now save this and refresh. Now you can see in text box as well as within the heading tag, I displayed serial number. For that I have written these logics here. So same concept I will do with AngularJS now. So already AngularJS one program we created test.html. So now here, so x is equal to 1, 2, 3 I have given. So variables we are declaring like this in AngularJS. In Angular, variable declaration is different. I will explain later. So now here on text box I'm taking now, and one heading tag also I have taken. Now come to this test.html. Now what is your requirement here? Same. I want to display x value in this text box as well as heading tag. Then here, yeah, data binding I'm using here. ng bind is equal to x. Now here refresh. Okay, one second. Save this. X is equal to 1, 2, 3. Here expression I'm using now. X I have given here. Now refresh 1, 2, 3. We are getting like this, and here value is equal to x I have given here. Now refresh 1, 2, 3. We are getting like. So now if you observe the difference, this is data binding here. Okay, so this expression I use it here, it is nothing but data binding. So here simply I closed this code, but here if you observe the JavaScript, now we have written number of lines coding here. Is it clear? So that is the main advantage of data binding here. Means directly we binded X with the text box as well as heading tag. So that is the advantage of. So right. So in this point of view, we have any queries? Yes, let me know. Just I'm going to unmute all. Yes. Yeah, Mahesh, this concept is clear. What is data binding? Just you asked me on query. That's why I created this program. Clear, all of you? Yeah, course content, Vivek. So already I submitted in that Durga Soft front office. Okay, so they will forward you. I will inform them there, and you can also make a call to them. That is better. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So any other doubts up to now? We discussed some points. All of you clear with these points or any doubts? Okay, fine. So now let me continue the remaining concepts here. So all of you clear with this? Okay, fine. Yeah, tell me.
Is not bad.
Yeah, tell me, Mahesh.
और नींद आ रही है?
I'm not audible.
Hello. Now you are showing as a single value as a expression, right? In the value column. See, in the same manner, if I want to display one list of values for one array of values in the data binding, so
Yeah,
how
I told you.
that
I told you for that we are using ng for. Ng for we are using. So for example, collection of records you want to display. Then we are using ng for. Is it clear? So that ng for
okay.
examples, everything I will show you, because many programs we have to work with the array collections and database row collections. So I'm fetching the data from server side. Okay, server side program. So by using Node.js or by using Java, I am getting the data of Oracle or MongoDB. So those records I want to display. In this point of we are working with ng for. So those things, everything I will explain to you. Here, what I'm telling you, what is data binding? That concept I'm telling you. I'm not explaining you how to display variable data and how to display array data like that. Is it clear?
Okay,
Fine.
got you. Thank you.
Yeah, I will explain NG for everything, each and every directive, pin to pin we'll discuss. Okay. Okay, thank you. Fine. Now here you can see this. So very major advantage of AngularJS is single page application. We can also call it as a routing concept. Yes, we have to discuss about this concept here. What is single page application? What is routing? So before that, here this is web server and this is one user, something like X. In this server, okay, number of web pages are available. This is one web page and this is one web page. Like that, many web pages are available. For example, if you are developing any website, you are creating many web pages like home page, about us, contact us, like that. Yes. Now here, this X wants to open this website. Okay, first he will send a request from his browser to server through internet. Then what is happening? The home page is loading into that client system. So with this request, one response is going here. In this response, that home page content is displaying on the browser. So now what is his next requirement? He want to get the second page here. Then again, he will send one more request to the server. Then he will get the response like this. Then he want to get the next page. Then he is sending the third request and he is getting that response like that. Okay, so like that here, what is happening for every web page? Client is sending one request and he is getting the response. That is the traditional way in these web applications. Okay, so this request and response we are calling as one round trip. For every round trip, one web page client is accessing. So that is normal way. But what the benefit of single page application, that I am telling you. So while working with single page application, client no need to send many requests like this. Only one time he is sending the request, and at that time he is getting the all web pages into the memory location, cache memory location. That is the concept of single page application. I will show you once again here. So this is server. Here we have n number of web pages. Now this is some client X. Now here, if you link all these web pages within a routing object, then it becomes under single page application. Then what is happening here? When client sends a request to the server, then what is happening? All these components, actually we are calling them as components, and in AngularJS, if you take, we are calling them as modules. In Angular, we are calling as components. Every page we are calling as component. All these components are loading into the client's memory location, cache memory location like this. Then when it is loading at the time of sending the first response, then what is happening here? All components are loading into the cache memory location. Then here we are, the home page is loading. There we are displaying the hyperlinks like home, about us, contact us. For next request, if you click on the about us, then no need to send the request to the server. Directly it is coming from this cache memory location. So like that, contact us, directly it is coming from the cache memory location without sending any next request to the server. It increases the performance of application by reduce the network traffic on the server. That is very, very helpful for us. Nowadays, almost all applications working based on single page only. Yes, so this AngularJS supports single page application, but it is not possible with JavaScript. What the main concept of single page application? When client is sending the first request, so those pages are loading into the cache memory location of client system. Later, when he navigate into next pages, then instead of sending a request to the server, directly that page is opening from that client's cache memory location. That is the concept of single page application. Now, you have any queries in this point? Tell me the single page application concept programs. I will design. Only for the single page application, we are spending around 1 week days, because here router guards is there, and role-based authentication is there. Like that, many concepts are there. Activated router is there. Conditional based routing navigation is there. The programs will discuss. But what is single page application? Simple overview I have given. That is clear. Yes. Any queries you have? Yes. Fine. So like that here. So it supports single page application concept, as well as I told you it supports routing concept, I mean data binding concept and directives, simple coding. And next one here, see, in JavaScript we are working with validations. For these validations we have to write some logics, expressions like that. But AngularJS is providing different types of validation states. These are very helpful for us to apply the validations on HTML controls based on the conditions. So it is very, very simplified coding. So here JavaScript, if you take for JavaScript, for example, password, retype password, I want to verify. For that, we have to write some logics. Like that, for everything, we have to write. For validations, we have to write some coding. But AngularJS supports validation states. These are very benefit for us to easily work with the validations. And next one, AngularJS supports number of services. Yes, services are used to work with some logics. Okay, number of services are available. These services we are using for what purpose? To develop the logics here. So example, many types of services are there. HTTP service is there, and next one here cookies is there. Like the different types of services are there. For example, one example I will discuss. Okay, orally here, Ajax concept is there. You want to work with Ajax. So Ajax means why we are using Ajax to send a request from browser to server without submitting the web test, right? So this Ajax concept you want to create in JavaScript. You want to create Ajax object in JavaScript. You have to use one object here. What is that? XML HTTP request is there in JavaScript. If we are using this object, we have to write around 9 to 10 lines coding to create the object and to send that object from browser to server. Okay, now here when you are coming to the AngularJS, it is providing HTTP service. So if you are using the HTTP service, same Ajax concept you can use here, and you can create the object by using HTTP service, and you can send that Ajax object to the server with only single line statement. That is the difference between normal JavaScript Ajax and AngularJS Ajax concept. So like that here, this is one service, HTTP service to work with the Ajax concept. Like that cookies is one service to work with the cookies. Like that different types of services are available in AngularJS to reduces the number of lines coding logics point of view. Those are very, very helpful for us. Is it clear? So that is services concept. And next one here, if we are coming to this next point, it supports number of filters. Yeah, why we are using these filters? Filters we are using to convert the data from one format to another format. For example, so here I want to convert a number into currency. Then we are using filters. Okay, and I want to convert date formats into different ways. Then we are using filters. Like that here, rupees I want to convert into dollar. Then we are using filters. So AngularJS is directly supporting number of filters to convert the data from one format to another format. Is it clear? So number is there, for example, that number I want to convert into currency like dollars. Then we have one currency filter. Is it clear? Uppercase is one filter. String is there. The string I want to convert into capital letters. Then we are using uppercase. So string is there. In the string, many words are there. Every word, first character I want to convert into capital letter. Then we are using title filter. Okay, title case filter. One filter is there. Like that, for every data conversion, number of filters are available in this AngularJS. Okay, and here next coming to this point, so AngularJS is supporting role-based authentication. Okay, so this is very, very important for us. What is the role-based authentication? So you have number of web pages in your application. So few pages you want to allow only for logged in users, and you want to allow remaining all pages for administrator. So like that here, admin is one role, manager is one role, and normal user is one role. For administrator, you want to provide complete accessibility, all pages accessibility. For manager, you want to provide only few pages accessibility, and the normal user very few pages. So in this point of view, so while working with JavaScript, it is not possible. So then we have to take the support of server-side script to work with the role-based authentication. But when you are coming to the AngularJS, in AngularJS, router guards concept is there. What is that concept? Router guards. Using this concept, we can restrict the pages from normal user, manager, like that based on the roles which we created. That is very, very helpful for us to work with this role-based authentication. Is it clear? And next one here, AngularJS is supporting JSON web tokens. Direct web tokens we can use here. One library is available. This library we are using to create the tokens and to store those tokens in the browser memory location. And those tokens we can link with the request response, request headers to send the server mission. Like the JSON web tokens packages, predefined packages are available. I think some people they don't have idea on this JSON web tokens. Okay, means you heard about this, but how to use these JSON web tokens? So those all things we'll discuss in our sessions. Okay, so like that, these are the main advantages we have in this AngularJS compared with JavaScript. Is it clear? One is MVC architecture supports, and next one simple coding and many directives and data binding. How many types of data bindings we have? Two types of data bindings, one-way data binding and next one two-way data binding. And single page application. Okay, by using this concept we can increase the performance of application by reducing the network traffic, and number of validation states are available. Okay, a number of services are available. I will explain all these validation states as well as services, but we will discuss all these concepts by using which technology? Angular. Is it clear? Means Angular supports all these concepts what are available in AngularJS, but additionally it is providing more concepts. So in next level we will discuss what are the differences between AngularJS and Angular. So right now we discuss the differences, what the features we have in this AngularJS compared with JavaScript. Next level we will discuss what are the additional features we have in this Angular compared with AngularJS. That is the concept of this. Okay, so these are the main features we have in this Angular. Yes. Yeah. Now here, all of you clear with these concepts? Now, you have any queries, you can ask me. Yes.
Are we going to design some kind of website in this course?
Sorry.
Are we going to design any application as part of this course?
Yeah, definitely. I will show you in practical point of view. We will design one application. In that application, we'll send some data to the server, and we are getting the just like one shopping cart. For shopping cart application, I will explain to you by using these controllers, everything.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. That time I will explain little bit Node.js also, because server-side programming we have to do. From Angular, we are sending data to the server, and we have to store the data in database of server. In that point of, we are taking server-side script also. So like that, here we will discuss Angular plus Node plus MongoDB. With this combination, we will discuss some little bit of a small application. Yes. Yeah, I told you yesterday I will teach MongoDB, but not complete MongoDB. Yes, based on the requirement, nothing but here based on the third operations. Okay, now here we will discuss third operations. In that point of view, I will explain MongoDB concepts, but not complete MongoDB in this slot, because this is main of Angular slot, right? Any other queries you have?
May I know the course duration?
Actually, course duration is 40 days, like that. Okay, so in this course duration, we're discussing Angular. Okay, and
Okay.
we are discussing a little bit Node.js and little bit MongoDB. And before that, we should discuss TypeScript, because Angular is the framework of TypeScript. AngularJS is the framework of JavaScript. So next level, I will explain you differences between these two. Then you will get clarity in this point of view. So that's why TypeScript is very important. I will explain TypeScript. Okay, and later I will explain Angular concepts, and there we are connecting with the database, servers, and programming. Yes,
Okay.
and the second
Thank you.
thing is JavaScript also will discuss here, because in interview point of view, mainly in interview point of view, some questions of JavaScript will discuss, and I will explain you Angular questions also I will discuss. Angular interview questions around 300 questions we are discussing. I am explaining to you to easily face the interviews. Okay. Next.
So I think course duration will extend.
Yes, I
Sir,
didn't
will
get
we
you.
take
Come
with
again.
sir,
Course duration will extend, right?
Course duration.
Yeah, as you are explaining so much of topic, I think course duration will extend.
40 days, that is target, and if it is extend 5 days like that, it will extend. Is it clear?
Okay.
and the project will be given. Will you assist us in making some project?
Yeah, I will give you some guidelines of the project. Okay, that is mini application. Is it clear? If you want to get complete project, then mean stack sessions are there. You can join with that. Yes, but here in this slot, we will discuss the mini shopping cart application. Yes. Next.
So, sir, our class is going to be every day or Monday to Friday only?
So Monday to Friday, but so if it is comfort to everyone, I am ready to take Saturday also,
Yes, sir,
but not
definitely.
not but not tomorrow. First Saturday we don't have session, but my point of view, it is better Monday to Saturday from next week onwards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem.
If anybody engage Saturday, then we will stop that particular Saturday. Otherwise, we will go through that Saturday also. Okay.
The demo classes will not be tomorrow.
Tomorrow we don't have session again. Session will be Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this Monday, we will discuss what are the differences between AngularJS and Angular. Okay. And why they use it TypeScript. What are the differences between JavaScript and TypeScript? Later, I will start TypeScript concepts. Later, we are starting Angular concepts. TypeScript, I will teach around 1 week like that. Later, Angular framework discussion and patterns, design patterns of Angular. Sorry, not AngularJS, Angular framework pattern and coding with Angular and supporting files like that one by one. We will go through Angular. We are covering 2 to 8, Angular 2 to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These versions we are covering. Next.
While doing the coding, a lot of errors come. Will you assist in that? Because
Yeah,
as,
here I will give you some additional time also after this session every day. I will give you additional time. In that time, I will log in into the same account. Okay. Then you people have any queries, you can ask me. It may be afternoon or evening. We can decide that time, and I will give you 1 hour or 2 hours additional time to you every day. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, here one person asked me, please suggest books. So I am telling you one point. Books will not give you the programming, first of all. Here we will discuss complete programming. Is it clear? So that's why here, right now, no need to go for any books. So first you concentrate on this, our concepts, programs. We'll discuss many programs. Okay, those are very helpful to you. Those are enough to you to work with the applications. Is it clear? Later you want to get any book, then you can go with the rocks publishers or their black book is there like that. Different books are available, but according to me, this course has much material than book. Okay, everyday programs I will upload into my server. Okay, I will give you that URL address. You can directly download those programs. Okay, and I will send you the soft copy of the material, and we will discuss every day some interview questions like that. By end of this course, we will cover up to 300 interview questions like that. Okay, so everything I will provide you. So better don't think about the books like that. So you have to concentrate on the practical knowledge. Okay. Yeah. Any other queries?
Yes, sir. I have one question.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, sir. Actually, at present you are going very slow, and and that is also good that you are making every point crystal clear. But don't
Yeah.
you think so that we have a long course content that so that we will not be able to finish the course in time?
I didn't get that. Once again, course content is available in front of you.
No, I'm saying that we have a long course content. We have number of things to study, and like
Yeah.
this, we will not be able to cover all these things as we are going too slow. I think.
No. Slowly, when you are coming into my track, these are demo classes. Yes. So after 3-4 classes, definitely will come into my track. Then we can easily move in little bit fast compare with this fast, and we can easily finish. But anyhow, last target is 45 days. We can finish this course. A maximum target is 45 days. So regular sessions also we are taking like this only, na?
So for us, sir, time is not bounded, but we want to make everything clear. That's why I was asking that. At last,
Yeah.
we will not be in a rush.
See, guys. If you give more time, extra time also, I'm ready to spend. That is a main point here. Is it clear? So here,
Yeah.
if you spend more time, not only course concepts, I will discuss many more concepts. That is depending upon you. Okay. Anyhow,
Okay, sir.
these course contents with crystal clear, I will discuss within the 45 days. And beyond that, if you want, if you give time, I will discuss more concepts because many things are there in these technologies. Every day, new things are coming up. Every day, we
Correct.
have to learn. Yeah, that's why. So anyhow, with complete detail, I will explain the each and every concept in that course content. So those things we will maximum finish within the 45 days, no doubt in that point of view. Additionally, if you have any free time, we will discuss more concepts. And I told you every day I will give you some extra time. Okay. So in that morning session only, I will tell you, okay, we will decide the time. So which time is comfort for you. Then again, I will come to this online and we will discuss doubts, everything. It may be afternoon or evening.
So will you also give documents and topics which you are going to explain?
Sorry.
Will you also give us documents which will contain the explanations of the topics which is there in the syllabus contents?
Yeah.
Because that will be helpful in
So
we
you
would
can
not.
put that syllabus content in front of you, and you will put the mark. So every concept we will discuss 2 to 3 programs minimum. Okay, each and every concept we will discuss with the 2 to 3 examples.
Okay, sir.
Course content you can get from main office or you can download from our website.
No, sir. What I'm asking is syllabus is there. That is okay. We can download, but whatever the topics and concepts will be there, one thing you will explain, and other will it be already explained in document and with us, so that we may not be required to make a lot of changes.
Voice is not clear. Some disturbance is coming.
He
Yeah,
asking for some
program.
PDF.
So
One
better you can type or you can contact me, or else you want to communicate with me. So personally also I will drop my number. Okay, because some disturbance is there. But every program I will type and I will explain. Okay, I don't open the programs which are already existed. Okay, and I don't explain. I don't read the lines of this program. Every program we will discuss line to line. That I am telling you. Maybe my answer is related to you. Okay, or if you
okay.
have more queries, just
One last query, sir. Will be able
yeah,
to
see this.
get a
This is my
downloadable
number.
okay.
This is my personal number. You can also directly call to me. Okay, no problem. Yeah, now you can ask me.
Will we get a downloadable lectures? Like, can we download?
Yeah.
Uh,
So I told you every day what are the programs we are discussing here. Those programs I will upload into my server. Yes, that link I will give you. You can download every day that day-wise programs. Okay.
where can I find your number? Mobile number?
So I typed down this. Are you able to see my screen?
Just a second. Yeah. Okay. I thought it's a random number. Okay.
Yeah. So you people can directly call me, and you have any queries, you can ask me also. And after programming, when the program is started, okay, means from Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday onwards, so extra slot also I will give you to solve the doubts, everything. Okay,
Okay.
because after this session you will start the practice. That time you'll get some queries. Then by evening like that, if you spend some time with me, then we can also resolve those problems, everything. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till
Any other?
till when we can
Sorry.
attend this demo sessions? Till when we can attend this demo sessions?
Till means your time you are asking, or date?
Date.
Date means you can estimate 45 days maximum. And second
Oh,
thing
I'm
is,
asking about the demo, free demo
second thing
sessions
is,
that we are.
second thing is every day 1.5 hour session, not 1 hour session. Yes, 1.5 hour session, but we will spend up to 1 hour 20 minutes. Okay, every day.
At what time, sir?
So here 7 to 8:20 like that.
Okay.
Is it comfort to everyone?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes. Or else you want to start by 6:30, not possible to me.
So no, sir.
7 to 8:20 or max 8:15. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but not next two sessions. So after 4 classes onwards, we will spend up to 8:15. So Monday, Tuesday also I will close by 8 o'clock. Okay.
Sir, is Monday a demo session or is it available for those who has paid the fees?
Yeah, that you can speak with management once. Okay. So
Okay.
fees and demo sessions, these things you can discuss with management. They will provide you complete guidelines, technical point of view and material point of view and interview point of view and doubts point of view. You can discuss with me, subject
Okay,
point
sir.
of
Thank you.
view. Okay. And doubts, I told you once again, I'm repeating, every day I will give you 1 hour extra time. Okay, maybe afternoon or evening. So you can also join with me if possible. If anybody have doubts, you can join with me and you can resolve your doubts also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I drop my personal number also. Okay, you can personally make a call and you can solve your doubts also. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Shall I quit my session now?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome, welcome. Bye.
Thank you, sir.